I gave the Moldovan League $800 million in prize money. We're 60 years in the future. Let's see how they've done. Okay, so we can see FC Balti have won the league. They're champions in 4th place, but that is because there is a Champions playoff, which they obviously won. The league is currently 9th in the world in this save, and Sheriff aren't bossing the league anymore, and we'll get onto that later. Now, I do want to see some of the transfers because I have done every single league all the way down to Liga 2. All of these teams have billions by now in prize money because they're getting 100 mil every season, but they don't have the pull that some of the other teams do. If I simmed even more into the future, they would, but that'd take a really long time. So let's have a look at some of these transfers. Here's North, and it's not going to be a lot, but it's definitely going to be more than what it was at the start, because I'm pretty sure this is an amateur league and they all just get to have billions. So I just want to see some of these transfers. I'm only going to look at transfers in at the moment. We might go over transfers out for some of the other leagues, but yeah, we can see here 17k, 16k, 14k, 14k. Overall, here we go, 57k. That's a big one. It's not massive amounts, but it's definitely more than what it was before. South, it's kind of the same situation here. Let's go up to Liga 1 because this is probably where it gets more interesting. We've got 350k already. This is about where the Super League was at in the first season, something like that. And it was only Sheriff spending that kind of money. The other teams don't have that kind of pull. We can see here, oh, there we go, $1 million spent by Victoria Chisinau. Another $1 million by FC Cahool. I want to go through these and see if there's going to be any like really big ones. FC Balti 1.2 million. Okay, so we're getting into the millions, but it's not super far into the millions. 1.3 million Balti again. 950k FC Floresti. Oh, here we go. When 68-69, 5.2 million for Francesco Di Benezzo. That's a good name. From Zimbru Chisinau to FC Olympia. Very nice. And that is probably gonna be the biggest signing for League 1. 5.2 billion. Very good. Let's see Group A now. And by the looks of it, it's just kind of the same story here. I think these transfers are the same for Group A and Group B. I'm not sure. I think it just shows the same ones. But we've made it to the Super League. So let's see now what kind of transfers we're working with. And instantly we can see 55 million Zimbru Chisinau. They're splashing the cash. Victoria Chisinau, 17.25 million. Zimbru Chisinau, 10 million. Another 10 million. 8.5 million FC Balti. 6.5 million FC Olympia. 5 million. 6 million. 5 million. We're really in the millions here. I mean, 55 million. That speaks for itself. We've got Sheriff here spending 43 million as well. 29 million, 27 million, 23 million, 17 million, 17 million, 17 million, 16 million, 9 million, 9 million, 8 million, 7, 7, 7. It's a lot of money being spent by these teams, and it's good to see that it's not only Sheriff, and some of these other teams have been able to make themselves known to other players. 25 million here, 20 million. Here we go, Milsami Orehi, 6.5 million. I think we're seeing a lot of Chisinau, Olympia, Balti, and maybe Real Success. They show up, yeah, they're here quite a bit. But it's good to see teams like Milsami or Hey getting in there as well. I want to see if there's been any massive transfers. 53 million straight up, but these are all coming from Saudi Arabia, and we know those prices are inflated. Every season, it's a lot of money being spent. 50 million is the maximum usually for every season by the looks of it. We can see the further back we go, the lower the money gets, but it's still a lot. To be fair, Sheriff did spend 28 million on this person here in about 2046. 2040, Cristo joined for 30 million. Okay, we can see in the 30s here, the real prices of players come into play, and we've made it to 2024, and to be fair, 700k, 500k, 450k, it's nothing compared to the 50 million that, for example, Zimbru Chisinau spent in 2086. but it just shows where we started. I mean, this is exactly where we started, actually. They had no money here. 165k, 52k, 13k, 2k, and actually Sheriff didn't spend a penny. So there you go. There's the transfers complete. Very interesting. I think the highest spend is Zimbru Chisinau. I mean, just look at that, 55 million. Okay, let's have a look at some of the past winners, starting obviously from Sheriff. I mean, Zimbru Chisinau, by the looks of it, they have won the league before, but in the 90s, and then obviously Sheriff just kind of took over and started winning everything. So in season 1, actually Milsam Orhe won, but then Sheriff obviously took over, and I'll assume they took over because they had the reputation for it, and then obviously they had the money to pay players, so they got much better players for the next season, and actually for the next 10 seasons probably, until Zimbru Chisinau came in. They decided to win. Petro Cub Hinkesti won, who are actually in League 1 now. FC Balti won, we've seen that. Zimbru Chisinau, FC Balti, Milsam Orhe came back about 20 years later to win. Very nice. Real Success, we've seen them as well. FC Olympia, we've seen them as well. They went on a little bit of a run here. Not as good as Sheriff, but they did go for a run as well. Is there any other winners though? Okay, so by the looks of it, no, there isn't. But we can see Zimbru Chisinau did also go on a run here. They did get cut off by Sheriff, unlike Sheriff did in their own little run here. I mean, I say little, it's 10 years. Obviously, this is a game, but in real life, imagine your team went on a 10-year winning streak. You'd be buzzing. Obviously, 9th in the world isn't too bad. Now let's check Conference League, Europa League and Champions League. Okay, so by the looks of it, they weren't quite able to break into the Conference League. I want to see the Europa League as well. Yeah, to be fair, with some of these teams, I don't blame them for not getting in. They didn't win this. No runners up either. Champions League, I'll also assume it's the same. They weren't able to get in. Yeah, it looks like that. So they haven't been able to break in to European football yet, but they have been able to grow in status. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe and leave a comment for what you would like me to do next. It can be anything. Suggest me anything and I'll try and get it done. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.